Hello everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I would like to share my final and official thoughts with the Kubey knives, tityus, still having trouble pronouncing the name, but the model number is KU322. So I picked this guy up off of Amazon a couple weeks ago for $47.99. It is pretty darn good, I'm gonna tell you guys that. There are plenty of different color options off of Amazon. So there is a stonewash silver blade, black micarta. There is a black coated stonewash, just like this, but with royal blue G10. There is one with a grayish blue G10 black stonewash, another black stonewash, a black micarta. There is a OD green with regular stonewash, a tan or a beige, or it's almost like a ivory or cream colored kind of. It's just a really light gray, but it's not gray. It's a lot lighter gray with black stonewash. This variant that I have is the black stonewash with natural JG10. Then they have another one, black stonewash, red G10. Then they have an actual tan G10 black stonewash, and then a amber looking G10 with black stonewash, which I thought was pretty cool. It's kind of yellowish looking. It doesn't look like it's not ultim. I mean, it's a little ultim colored, but it's not ultim. It's just kind of like a yellowish G10. That's all it is. So it's still relatively transparent. Like this guy, you guys can actually see all the weight relieving through there with the window over there, all the light passing through, and in there there's a lot of weight relief on this thing, and I'm glad that that is something that took place in the design of this thing, because this thing is freaking huge. I thought it was going to be a whole lot smaller, but I am very happy with this. This thing is extremely comfortable, extremely hand-filling. It has a one knuckle finger choil and some meaningful jimping up here with a little bit of ramp. I wish there was something a little bit further up. Well, that's all right. So let's get into some size comparisons. First off is the Kubey Knives Elementum. Definitely dwarfs that little guy. AD 20.5 shark's foot. Close, but not close enough. Spyderco Parrot 3. And then my two Benchmades, Osborne 940 and my Bug Out. So there you guys go. Nothing really on this list comes close to the overall length of it. And for a minute, it was actually the largest blade in my collection until I got something else in the mail, which I'm sure you, at this point, you've already seen my posting of the unboxing of this other knife that I'm mentioning. So something I don't do too often is actually pull the specs off of Amazon, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyway. Seem pretty accurate for the most part. I'm just giving shit for no reason, honestly. So here we go. Overall length is 8.15 inches. Blade length is 3.39 inches. Handle length is 4.76. Handle thickness is basically half an inch thick. So let's go ahead and look at that with the Spyderco Parrot 3. That is pretty close there, but the Kubey is still just a little bit. It's like if you stack like 2 dimes, it's like that much more thicker. Blade material is D2. It has the hardness HRC 59 to 61, which is, I mean, it's like the standard. Everybody says that their HRC is 59 to 61, but I have no way of testing that. All I know is that during sharpening, it felt pretty good. So that's it. Sharpened up pretty well. Material G10, nothing fancy. Ambidextrous, you can switch the clip, which is cool, but still have a liner lock. And then the overall weight is 4.91 ounces or 139 grams. Country of origin, manufacturing, China. So not too big of a surprise there with this being a really high quality budget knife, honestly. I personally believe that the US is incapable of making something of this value with this fit and finish. I just don't. I haven't seen it yet. Educate me if you guys have. I'm more than willing to take a look at some stuff that you guys might recommend. But this thing is extremely, extremely smooth. I'm be honest with you guys, not too sure if it's actually a ceramic detent ball or steel detent ball, but at this point it really doesn't matter to me because this thing is super, super smooth. And it's cranked down all the way. Like, this thing is tight. Like, there's no play up or down, side to side, and no movement in the pivot. It is sweet fitment perfection for a budget knife. Yeah, like I said, this thing is cranked down all the way. So this right here, T8, body screw, T8, two other little body screws, T8s, and then the pocket clip screws are T6s. Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing crazy. Plenty of other brands do the same exact setup. This is sitting on top of the handle material, but at least the screws are flat, which is nice. So the pocket clip, very simple steel blackened pocket clip, gets the job done, sits in the pocket rather well. It is deep carry, it sits right there flush with the with the actual butt of the knife. It has these two little lanyard posts back there, or excuse me, standoffs, but I suppose you could tie something to it if you wanted. It does have a actual lanyard hole, so it caters to people who care for lanyards. I personally do not, but to each their own. This thing is extremely smooth. So it has flipper, and then it has this giant keyhole that you get your thumb into, middle finger flick it. It's pretty sweet. It's well knocked down. And you'll see there is some definite wear on this black stonewash because I've been using this thing a bunch. So there's the steel stamp right there, D2. There's plenty of life to sharpen, which is nice. I appreciate that. And it says Kubey right there with their little army monkey looking guy, which I think they can do away with the branding up there. This is such a large knife. They maybe could have put it somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe if they didn't have this cut out on the clip, maybe they could put Kubey. I don't know. That's just me being a little nitpicky. Things that are wrong with this knife. I don't think there's anything wrong with this knife, actually. If there was a mini version, that would be cool. We've seen it plenty of times where there are these budget brands that are able to actually produce things of such high quality at a low cost to the consumer, like myself, but their knives are fucking huge. Like, why can't they make something smaller? Is it more difficult to achieve the same tolerances, quality, and fit and finish when it's scaled down? Probably. That's really the only thing I could think of, but I really do think that this knife would be a real competitor to like the Civivi ODM or something like that, and that knife's pretty popular too. That's just something that pops into my head, I don't have one, but I have something similar to it. But yeah, this thing's it's just freaking massive. I actually still have the Wii Esprit out on the table from earlier, and you can see it dwarfs it. So this is even though it's flat scales, it is still hand filling, which is nice. So yeah, I really like this, and it is a highly recommendable knife. So There are plenty of different colors and flavors. I will most likely be dyeing these G10 stick scales teal. That's my favorite color. While it looks cool, this black and green, you know, I like dyeing my G10. So that's just a little thing I do. As I mentioned before, sharpening, it came out pretty good when I sharpened it. Out of the box, it wasn't too impressive, but now it blows the material quite rather well, and it makes me happy. So I enjoy owning this knife. This is gonna stick around in the collection for a long time. It's going to see a lot of future use. And that's really it from me, guys. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will put the link in the description for this knife. Have a wonderful rest of your day. All right, bye.